Oh, there we go. I just got to make sure. Welcome everybody and anybody that's listening. I just got to make sure the audio is coming through the feed. I'm hoping. Yep, we got it. Okay. All right. What's going on, everybody that's watching? We were waiting this whole time for this stupid little cloud to disappear. It is moving out, so if you see any little clouds on the screen, it's slowly moving away. In the meantime, I picked up a hitchhiker, so I decided to bring him along with me. So what's up, Bill?
What's going on, Keith? How's everything going?
Same old, same old. Let's just pretend we haven't been talking for the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, right. And Paul, if you're listening and watching, what's going on? We miss you. Mom and I miss you. And speaking of that, I like to know if I don't know if he's gonna, because he's got to take vacation again. You guys coming back up?
He's there. Yep, that's the plan.
Okay,
we
because
said it.
Oh, he's definitely confirmed to come again?
Yeah, I know he wants to.
Okay. Now, there is some news regarding Pine Bush for next year. Well, you know me, I'm the one who's getting all the speakers for next year. So I pretty much got, I think, unless something changes, I've got the set list of the speakers that are going to be there for Pine Bush. And the guys from the Bronx Paranormal Society, you know Al and Brian, they're planning to do a CE5. Now, I bought the projector. I bought the projector screen. I tested it last week. And I don't know if your screen just... Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Oh, it looks awesome as always.
Yeah, he's having a little... I mean, Florida's still a little wonky down there with electric.
You can see internet. A little... Oh, yeah?
So in the beginning of these, he usually kind of... It lags a little bit, but then once it starts going, it starts going.
So far, now, this is not set in stone. Of course, our good friend, colleague, Mark D'Antonio is going to be speaking. We've got Cheryl Costa, who's involved in ufology up here in New York State. I've got the state director of MUFON for New York State coming. Nice. Rosemary Ellen Guiley, who's been doing paranormal research for decades. She's written like 70 books. It says the channel is off. Oh, that's because of the stream issue.
Yeah, it'll come back on in a second.
And I'm trying to get Lee Spiegel. Mark D'Antonio is helping me out with that, and Race is helping me. If we can get Lee Spiegel, he's working on the the script right now for the new James Fox movie, 701, that's been in the works for like years. And if he can come to Pine Bush, that would be great. I'm still trying to reach out to Michio Kaku. That's still something. And he's from the area, so maybe, hopefully, he'll come and speak. But I've got other people that are looking to speak, so I've got backup. Peter Robbins wants to come. There's a few others. So we're already starting the process of getting the speakers. Now, I'm thinking, I don't know how we're going to do this, because I think we're better off setting base like we did the last time with you guys here. Now, I don't know if I want to do a Skywatch in Pine Bush, or if I just want to hang out and have the party here and have a good time with everybody. So I'm not committing to that yet. I think I'd rather come here with everybody, because KGRA Radio, which I produce for, you know that. The station is going to be sponsoring the event, so they're coming down. They're going to be covering this live. They're bringing the trailer, they're bringing all the equipment. So this is going to be streamed live on YouTube when the speakers are speaking and everything that's going on, and the fair at the day that it happens. So
and you are pretty much organizing it this coming year.
I'm on the organizer committee. I am the one that's getting all the speakers together. Yes, I'm definitely the main guy. But I did that last year pretty much, even though I didn't get the credit for it. But
oh yeah, I frankly remember.
And Heidi helped a lot too.
So don't forget that other guy.
Yeah, exactly. And me and you had a good time with that.
we
had a good time with that. What can I say? So, I hear an echo.
An echo?
Yeah, I just heard it. Now it's gone. But anyway, so hopefully we'll do the same thing pretty much like we did last year. Pretty much the same people. Now Lorraine is she's working on her passport. And because, listen to this, I don't know if I should really talk about it, but I don't think she'll mind. Because she lives in Canada and because she's taking medicinal marijuana, it's going to make it an issue for her to come here. Can you believe that? There's a lot of stuff she's going to have to go through to make that happen. She was telling me a horror story that there was a car that was trying to cross the border. I think it was a Volkswagen or a Volvo, and they stripped it at the border. What? And they're not responsible for putting it back together. They're responsible for giving you back all the pieces.
Oh no!
This is what she told me. I don't know if that's true. I'm just going allegedly.
Imagine sitting at the border trying to put your car back together.
Can you? Oh, or shipping it in crates back home. Jeez. But yeah. I mean, I think Lorraine's coming with her husband, and they said they're willing to pick up Amanda. So hopefully Amanda will come. And a whole bunch of other people. Like I said, the guys from KGRA are coming, and Mark will stay here, of course. And there's a few other people that'll probably be staying over as well.
Did you happen to get to talk to the hotel guy down the path there?
Not yet. Until I get a little bit closer, like in the winter months, because that's when it's slow. When I know who's going to be confirming, like we did last year, we pretty much knew who was going to be here by February, March. Then I can go down there and say, listen, I have X amount of people that are looking to stay here. Can you give me some kind of group rate discount?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you tell them, like, if you say, listen, there's a possibility of, because I don't know how many rooms are down there, but if you say, hey, we're looking at, minimal 15, 20 people,
exactly.
I don't see why he wouldn't say, okay, we'll give you a special rate, and we'll even give you more of a rate if you pack the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be.
Oh, by the way, real quick, just everybody, Paul's resetting his modem because he thinks somebody's tapping his bandwidth down there. So he's resetting it, and that's why we're kind of black screened right now.
And hello to all the people in YouTube chat and those that are watching. I see Daryl, Dapple Ben, ERO, Forsaken, a lot of familiar names, Ted, a lot of the good old folks in the chat room. So as far as Pine Bush, now there's more news. Al and I've got, there was this college that these bunch of kids that are doing from the college, the community college up here. Mm-hmm. They're doing a documentary on Pine Bush for the school, and it's going to be shown on the local news and everything. So he found me by Googling Skywatch in Pine Bush, and he stumbled upon me and he sent me a message in YouTube. And I see these messages. I don't know if they're legit. So I told him in a private message, email me. So he did. So now I hooked him up with all kinds of interviews with all the people that are around here in Pine Bush that have a history, like Linda Zimmerman and Bill Wyan, Peter Robbins. That he's supposed to get in contact with Mark D'Antonio, and a whole bunch of other people, including myself and Al. Now Saturday, they're coming here, and they're gonna do the interview of Al and I outside. So I'll set the telescope outside. I'll put the cameras out there, and they're doing Linda tomorrow. I know that. So yeah, they're doing a documentary on Pine Bush, and I'm gonna be in a documentary.
Hell yeah, no better timing than that.
So I've been really, really busy with KGRA. I'm like doing so much stuff for the station. I'm overhauling the website, all the archives, the audio files, recompressing, fixing audio.
Which is a lot of
tedious
work.
And there's so many files there. And we're talking thousands of freaking show files that I gotta. It's been taking me weeks. And as you know, what was the temperature there in PA?
It was 91 today.
I spent my last day in my swimming pool today. Looks like we're coming back, I think, maybe.
Yeah. He's just getting it back lined up and whatnot.
So I spent my last day. You saw the little contraption that I built with tarps over the pool to keep the leaves out. Once all the leaves fall, then I'll take all those tarps down and drain the water down and below the skimmer line. and then winterize it. But it was depressing because the water was 80 degrees. And I'm like, because tomorrow night, Keith, it's going down to 45.
Yeah. And once again, that is my kind of weather. Like I like anywhere from 65 to 70 days, and anywhere from 45 to 55 at night. It's like perfect for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's great sleeping weather too, and it's also great sky watching weather because the humidity drops, it clears the atmosphere.
Exactly, and we also have a meteor shower coming up, which I'm pretty sure you're going to tackle.
Oh God, all of them. All of them. There's so many. There's the northern and southern, I think, Taurids, coming up. Then you've got, of course, the Geminids in December, but there's the other big one coming up in November. It's escaping my mind, which is rare.
And once again, for anybody that doesn't have astroimaginglive.com saved as a tab, this winter is when it's really going to take off because you're going to have a lot of nights that all three of us are streaming at the same time. With Bill with the meteor showers, and of course Mark's doing the deep sky objects, and me and Paul here with the planets and the moon. So it's really gonna take off pretty good, and we'll get any kinks worked out of that thing by then. Obviously, I mean, I've been working on it a little bit. And
the winter months, there's not much to do otherwise than stay indoors, and the cameras do all the work. They're outside. You got to. I mean, for me, I got to go every freaking 90 minutes and change the battery. But other than that, I mean, it's good to go. I got the lens warmer to keep it nice from the condensation and build up of frost. So there it is, Leonids. Thank you, Daryl, and hello to Milky Way and everybody else that's in chat that's joining us now.
Our resident expert, Daryl.
Yeah, Orionids. I get them confused. I do so many freaking meteor showers, but it starts October 7th, I think. And I've been away from it, so I've got to do my research and refresh because I've been so busy doing other things. So I'll be getting back into the Skywatch action as soon as I resolve the things that I'm doing now, because right now I'm heavily committed in the radio station.
Well, let me ask you this. For your streams, when this meteor shower comes up, are you going to do some Skype nights and some KGRA nights, or are you going to do like say 90% KGRA and then maybe once or twice have a Skype night? Or I know you kind of changed it up a little bit.
Here's the problem: I am now producing more than ever on the network, so it looks like if I'm going to be doing any kind of Skywatches in the foreseeable future, it's going to have to be KGRA because I'm producing shows live for the next 2 weeks, like every night.
Right. So,
except for tonight, I start pretty much Friday. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be bombarded. So I have to do it that way. I'll have to do, and there's one show in particular that does not like to be on YouTube for people to hear the behind the scenes conversation while the show is going on. Mm-hmm. So I have to be mindful of that. And there's no way I could mute YouTube because it's all tied in.
Right.
So it's just because it's tied into the Skype. But for the foreseeable future, it's probably going to be majority KGRA. And then we'll do like we used to do and bring you and everybody else onto Skype, and we just enjoy the night as we watch the sky. And I'm starting to, with all the contacts that I have, and you can only imagine as a producer how many contacts I have.
I don't even want to think about it.
I want to start bringing them on the shows because I have a great relationship with a lot of people, and they're eager to come on and talk about their research and their work. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be pretty cool. So I got a lot of things going on. It's just that, Keith, it's the time to the turnover, getting ready for fall, the firewood, bringing all the summer stuff inside. You're pretty much in the garage and the shed.
Oh, I know, man. I'm down here in Amish country.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know how it is to slip a little Amish kid $5 and have him cut all the wood I need.
That's the good way to do it. And another thing too, I thought I was never going to talk to you. You know why?
Why?
I thought the end of the world was going to happen Saturday.
It did.
Right?
You didn't know that?
We're living in
we're in hell. We're in hell.
In a holographic universe.
There we are. Only some crazy-minded person could think up what is going on in the world.
Every year we have it.
Yeah.
Every year, the end of the world, doomsday. It doesn't
learn.
Yeah, I mean, really, I had to make that joke because it was all over the place. We even talked about it on the radio. Like,
oh no, now it's bumped up. I think it's in October now.
Oh, now they moved it up?
Yeah. Something about their math being wrong or something. I tried to tell them.
The only thing is, in all seriousness, with all these storms that are going on and the earthquakes,
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's devastating.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen a time where all this stuff was happening at once. Now, maybe it's just because we're a more connected world now that we get this information really fast. But seriously, I have never seen a time where so many earthquakes and I mean, obviously, there's been times where there's been 5 hurricanes lined up between the Atlantic and the Gulf, and maybe even the Pacific.
Yeah, but
I've never seen that going in simultaneously with major earthquakes. We're not talking about little earthquakes. We're talking about major earthquakes everywhere from Mexico City to Japan. And
major hurricanes.
Yeah, and major hurricanes. And not only that, and forest fires. The giant wildfires out west.
Yep. The thing is, to have Harvey, Cat 4, and then to have Irma, luckily Cat 3. When it hit the Keys, I think it was still a Cat 4.
Yeah.
And then to have Cat 5 to 4 in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and Maria, I mean, I hate to say it because, once again, when you get a lot of stuff, you become numb to it. But if any place needs our help right now, it's Puerto Rico. I mean, they are devastated. Like, big time. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you're talking about 90% of the island being out of power.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, all these places need help from the entire United States, no matter what.
And the thing is,
Houston's making a comeback. I mean, they're intentionally flooding Houston still, I believe, to drop those, the Army Corps of Engineers is dropping those reservoirs down and whatnot, so they have to do it. But, and Florida, I hate to say it, but pretty much kind of escaped, total devastation. And now, all eyes are pointing towards Puerto Rico. That's not really getting the coverage that it should. And the main reason why is because not a lot of news people can get there.
You know what, though? I was talking to Ma about this before.
Ma! I love
artists like Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, Pitbull, some of these artists who do a benefit concert, say on HBO, with a number to help those. They're from Puerto Rico. Well, Pitbull, I think, is Cuban. But still, get some of the Latin American singers and do a fundraising live on HBO or some other network.
And Telemundo.
And raise some money for the people in Puerto Rico. I mean,
absolutely, and even bring in non-Puerto Rican. I mean, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of people that would be willing to do that because it was almost. I don't want to say premature, but they had the concert, of course, for Harvey and Irma, and I mean, they raised a lot of money, and all of a sudden, what was it? 2 days after that, Maria hit Puerto Rico,
and it's devastating.
It's like, man.
But not just Puerto Rico. A lot of the majority of the islands in the Caribbean are devastated. I mean, these people, but again, some are French, Dutch, U.S. It depends on what island you're talking about. But in general, this mass devastation, and these people need help in the worst way.
It's just been crazy weather. I mean, just the fact of what Jose did, coming up the East Coast and then circling around twice.
Yep.
Just spinning out there and then combining with, it's just. I don't ever remember seeing it. Once again, I might not have been paying attention that much back in the day that I am now. But I don't believe anything like that's ever happened, where we've had all this stuff go on at one time.
And a Cat 1 to a Cat 5 in 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. I mean, that's made. I mean, you need some warm ocean water.
86, 87. That I mean,
90 degrees off the Florida Keys. It was 91 degree ocean temps.
That's what I mean. It's insane with how these storms are going. They're going ballistic, and the size of some of these storms are unbelievable. Like Irma was huge, the size of Texas at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was actually classified as the largest storm, wasn't it, ever to come out of the Atlantic?
Yes, it was actually the strongest hurricane, I think, on Earth that was sustained 185 mile per hour winds for that duration of time.
Yeah, wasn't the eye like 350 or 400 miles across or something crazy like that?
No.
At one point, or was it 100?
No. It wasn't that big, but it was miles. It was like 60, 70, I think. At one
Oh
point.
yeah, I'm thinking of the actual.
But the overall
yeah.
size was 350, 400
Yeah.
miles.
Oh my lord, the moon's coming.
Is
I
it?
see it. It's starting to peak.
But he's got a lot of clouds. He's got a lot of clouds over there.
Yeah, you'll see it. It'll come up on YouTube here in a second. But yeah, it's starting to finally. There's been 2 little pain in the butt clouds that have been hanging down around Miami all day. And once, of course, if anybody knows Florida weather, it's daytime heating. It's going to spark them off like crazy. And then once the sun goes down, those clouds start to dissipate and disappear. And that's what was happening down there, but the clouds were moving off to the east very slowly, and we were hoping that easterly wind would just push them off the coast and leave us, with a free view of that. But it didn't really work out that way. So, which is why we're still sitting here, and I better just put the cloud thing up for any newbies that come in.
Amanda's getting on me. Actually, Amanda, it was the strongest hurricane on record for its duration of time, sustained 185. You can look that up. That's a fact. That's not I'm not exaggerating that. That is an actual fact. To have that sustained for that duration of time at 185.
And I got to hand it to you, Bill, too, because believe it or not, when I was checking in on Hurricane Irma, you know where I would go to check in on it?
Where?
Your channel.
Oh, when I was
because you had the Fox and everybody up on there. And
I was being fair. I had Fox and I had CNN on the other side.
And some of those meteorologists, I just didn't understand it where they're going, it's way too dangerous for anybody to be out here. And next thing you know, the guy's hanging onto a telephone pole trying not to blow away. And I'm like, go inside, dude.
I was baffled. I kept saying that too. I couldn't believe how they were taking their lives at such risk to be out there, standing in the middle of a street. Forget about the winds too. You got to think about debris flying.
But you remember that guy that was just standing in the middle of the street with his back to it, and he was just standing there, and we're like, why?
Fox guy.
Yeah, we were like, why, dude? You're not even saying anything. Like, people in the studio were talking. You're just standing there. Get in the shelter, you big dummy. It's like somebody was trying to win some awards for something.
Ratings. It's that, that's why we get what we get. But I don't want to get into that part, but it was just. But the thing is, right now, we have so much that we have to do for Texas, the surrounding states, Louisiana, etc., that were affected by Harvey. Mm-hmm. Florida, let's not forget Georgia, because they got inundated themselves, and South Carolina. That storm wreaked havoc after it left Florida. It devastated areas with flooding. Now we've got Puerto Rico. We got the U.S. Virgin Islands. There's going to be a lot of rebuilding to do.
Well, I do have to say this, too. And I'm pretty sure it miffs a lot of people. I know it miffs me. I'm pretty sure it miffs you as well. But
yeah,
when Paul was preparing for this hurricane, he's been through this stuff before, and he's in a pretty solid structure. Okay, and when he texted me and said, when this hurricane was coming, he didn't think the one thing that he would have to worry about is people looting.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And when he texted me and said they had 3 at gunpoint at the Foot Locker, I'm like, are you kidding me? And this is during the hurricane.
At his Foot Locker where he was at?
Yeah. So next thing you know, he then has to be on a shift, a 24-hour shift, helping the guards of the mall protect the mall from people, breaking in. Now, I could understand if there was a big lack of food or water or, somewhat understandable if it was, a prolonged period of time. These people are robbing a Foot Locker. A Foot Locker for sneakers.
I saw that on TV. I think it was in Fort Lauderdale. I saw something too.
Yeah. Well, the one crew that was in Miami that I posted the video of on our Facebook page, it turned out that wasn't Paul's Mall that I got the footage from, but it was the mall across the street when they realized they couldn't get into Paul's Mall.
And you know what? This is the ironic part. They tell people to evacuate. Now, don't get me wrong. You see the devastation in the areas that were hit where the eye wall pretty much did the landing, and up a little bit as it went up and inland. Okay, and the Keys. Now, a lot of people, if they would have stayed, they definitely would have jeopardized their lives. But at the same time, you wonder why people don't want to leave. Yeah. Because they worry about, number one, getting back into their home or area, because now they're going to cordon it all off. Now, they're going to lock it down, and they're worried about their property. They have that's a legitimate concern, I think, and that's a human nature thing.
And I hate to say it, but they're gonna be even more. Well, they're not gonna take the warnings seriously this next time. I hate to say, because of the fact that I mean, we cannot predict hurricanes very well. I mean, we do it to a point, but they were evacuating everybody off the East Coast.
I know.
So where did those people go? They went to the West Coast. And
or
then
north,
a lot of those people, then all of a sudden the hurricane shifts and it goes up the West Coast, and they're like, we got to go back home. And, you know, it's just, I know a lot of people were kind of miffed about it, and, you know, like, I just wasted, 200 miles, packing all my family up and stuff when I could have just stayed at my house to begin with. And that's the biggest fear, that next time they're not going to take it as seriously
the thing is,
should. But it's understandable, too.
Do you wait for, like, the last 12 hours to say, okay, we know exactly where it's going, get out?
Yeah, you can't, because then you have a mass exodus, and then you have,
exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem. Otherwise, they would wait. If they can get everybody out within a 12 to 24-hour period, they would do it that way. But it would cause chaos. Look what happened with the gas.
Yep.
It was insane. But the one saving grace, and I say that loosely because there was still a lot of devastation, damage, and loss of life, unfortunately. But when Hurricane Irma went over Cuba, and it went over that landmass of Cuba, and the mountains pretty much deteriorated the strength and minimized it a little bit. It went from a Cat 5 to a Cat 3, pretty much. Mm-hmm. That was the saving grace for Florida. Because if it didn't go over Cuba and it would have made that turn as a Cat 5 and over that warm water,
really warm water,
then you're talking, it would have, and I hate to say this, but it's the fact, it would have been a lot worse. So unfortunately for those in Cuba, but fortunately for a lot of people in Florida, it lost a lot of strength because it went over Cuba.
And once again, I want to say, thankfully, everybody that we know personally made it through okay. Yes. You're talking about Paul, of course, down there in Miami, Chris from Take Back Space in Tampa, where we thought was going to be a massive direct hit. They ended up being okay with it.
My dad was in North Miami Beach.
Right, Bill's dad. And then not to mention all our friends in Texas that had a hell of a time, before that. So it's good to say that everybody's okay, everybody's safe. Thankfully, Jenny was over in Germany at the time. I think she's still over there actually. And so a lot of the people that come to the show, because we do have a lot of people that are Texas and Florida, and it's good to say that I haven't heard any news about anybody that actually attends the stream or whatnot having any problems, as far as I know, which is we're just thankful for that. So
let me just
I'm gonna take a peek. Who's all in the chat here? Who do we got? Daryl. I had a proposition for Daryl a couple nights ago, Bill. And,
why? What happened?
Well, I was thinking, as much as Daryl knows, and Daryl, I hope you don't mind us talking about this. I mean, it was kind of a public conversation anyway, but the wealth of knowledge that Daryl has, I was thinking about doing educational videos for the channel. Just random, 3 to 7 minute, And I got to thinking, I'm like, how good would it be to have Daryl, write a script, and then of course I would do the video for it, because what I do, for a living, blah 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 blah. So I would do the video for it and let him pick any topic that he wanted when it came to space, whether it be moon, planet, whatever, and then I'd actually make the video for it with his script, either with him voicing it over, or we could get somebody, myself or you, or Clerkster, hopefully would be a great voiceover to do a video, an educational video for whatever topics that he wanted. I just thought it'd be a good thing for Daryl to
could even get Jello.
Daryl has so much knowledge.
Definitely, I totally agree.
That he helps a lot of people in the chat. He does it on this channel. He does it on Mark's channel. He does it on your channel. And it's like, well, why not? It's almost like a perfect thing. And he said he'd think about it, and, I don't blame him at all, because the one thing you don't want to do is something that you love doing, say it's astronomy. You don't want it to start feeling like a job. Like you have to do it. It's
a passion. It's a love. It really is.
Exactly. And I totally understand that. But once again, as for Daryl being in the chat, it does he said, "Don't embarrass me." Once again, the offer is there. It'd be great to do. Be great to do sometime. But of course, we got. Daryl does have his. Well, does he have his own channel? Huh. Well, then if he does it there, that'd be great. I'd animate videos for Daryl's channel. I wouldn't mind if you wanted to do it there. It doesn't have to be on this channel by any means.
You know what? It's great that we're all part of this community.
Absolutely.
To me, that's what makes it all fun, because we all help each other. And he, like you said, he's been amazing. When I'm doing my sky watches, wide field, and he'll say, "Well, such and such is here in the sky. You got this constellation, these planets, these stars." He knows his stuff. I mean,
he does.
Like you said, he's very knowledgeable.
He has quickly become an asset to the channels. You know, just being,
no doubt. No doubt, without a doubt.
All right, let me see here. We also got Teddy. Ted Bronson is there. Is it Bassem? Am I saying that right?
Bassem from Algeria.
Oh, wow. David Wright, ERO, GK, of course, Amanda. D.
Yeah.
Moderator of the year, D.
Oh, D's in the house. Uh-oh. I better be good.
You better be careful. Since there is so many mods here tonight, I'm guessing all you mods know how the new chat system works. If not, you'll probably end up seeing it eventually at some point. But YouTube did update their chat on how things work. So if you happen to see a random box pop up, you'll know why in the chat. Astronomy live stream, Dave. What a guy he is too. He's another one that I want to get involved, possibly even with Astro Imaging Live.
I was going to ask you that. I was just going to bring that up. Why doesn't he just put we'll give him access, and if he wants to be part of the website.
I brought it up the other night. I don't think he answered. He might not even have seen it. But yeah, that is definitely one we'd love to have aboard.
Where is he located?
I believe it's Denver, Colorado, or it's
nice.
maybe around Denver. I know Denver can sometimes be a pain for astronomy just because the jet stream's running over it so much. But still, I mean, the work that he does with the 4K streaming, I mean, he allowed us to broadcast his feed during the eclipse when all that, happened, where I wasn't able to get down to Tennessee and whatnot, and it was just amazing footage. Great stuff. Once again, another really knowledgeable guy and another asset.
Well, he's definitely one that would be more than open arms welcome to join the astro imaging community.
Absolutely. I mean, his work is great.
And one thing, I don't know if I'll be alive. I hope to be alive, but in 7 years, Buffalo for the next full solar eclipse.
Yeah, we're making it a
7 years
to make sure that we are right in the line of it. 7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
Only 7. So yeah.
Well, if Bill is alive in 7 years, we'll have.
I should be. I hope. But well, that's something that there's something to definitely be looking forward to.
Yeah, but can you imagine where? I mean, this is just a guess on my part, but can you imagine where we'll be, say, 10 years from now, if all this continues to go, and astronomy? Well, I don't want to say movement, but it keeps going the way it's going. Can you imagine the meetups in the future, where we're actually able all to get together, like with people like Astronomy Livestream and Daryl, and of course, Mark. I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And I hate to say it, Bill, but because of your contacts and because of where you are, Pine Bush might be, ground zero.
Well, it's just starting. So, speaking of that, next year when you come, and I don't know if Paul will be up for it, and all those that are physically able to and also mentally able to, because they're going to have to see if they can deal with this. We're all going to do a day, evening, into night investigation of Nuclear Lake.
Nice. Oh, and Lamont. Welcome back to Lamont Dixon. I haven't seen him in a while. An early and a good supporter of the channel as well. So welcome back,
cool.
Lamont. I ain't seen you in a while. Darth Vader? Darth Vader. I saw the ISS right over my house. Nice. There's actually an app where you can get where it will actually alert you when the ISS is about to pass over your house. I have to find out what the actual name of it is, but it's really neat.
And you know that P&K, as well as Sky 2 Livestream, has the future of being on TV through KGRA. Race mentioned both of you again, so they're working on it. I mean, they're doing a lot of things for the station. It's unbelievable, but don't forget that you guys are going to be, if you want, your streams will be on Roku and everywhere else. So I'm not going to do it because I got to concentrate more on producing. Mm-hmm. That's I'm like the main guy other than Race, and Race is doing more radio operation work now. So he's going to become less of the producer, and I'm going to become more of the producer, and he's going to take on more of those kind of details, dealing with specifics with the station conferences and
nice
stuff like that. Like he just made up 500 bumper stickers. They're really cool. I'll send you pictures of the sheet.
Just real quick, Paul just texted me and said the edge is moving closer slowly. So once this cloud edge gets out of here, finally, we'll be good. And let me see where we're at here.
I ordered.
We're still a good ways above horizon. So,
I'm gonna send you in Skype. I ordered bumper stickers today
for your channel.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Nice.
Because. Here comes Mom.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. And for everybody that's not used to this in
old Spunky
face imaging, Mom, I'm live right now with Keith. Mom wants me to call Eric. You remember Eric from Boston?
Absolutely.
Because his aunt lives in Puerto Rico, so I have to call him to find out how his aunt is. But anyway, she totally just like threw me off, like totally off. What
she
I
wouldn't
was
be Ma. She didn't.
So yeah, you guys will be on hopefully we'll be streaming and doing your thing on KGR with Mark. And remember, we're going to have to take that trip to Arizona once Mark goes too.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Paul out of the blue, what was it? It was a couple weeks ago. Said, hey, you want to head out west beginning of October? I'm like, whoa. I'm like, dude, I got to have a little bit more notice than that. I probably could have pulled it off, but I was like, wow. Like Paul is very, very excited of where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been dedicated, even before the whole P&K thing. So he really gets amped up about it. And if there's one person that strives to give you guys the best that they can do 100% of the time, it's Paul. Like, stuff that we look at on this channel, and we can say, that's sitting here totally blowing our minds, even me. I'm going, this is amazing. I'll get a text from Paul that says, seeing's not too bad. And I'm like,
I agree.
Are you kidding me?
I agree 100%.
And
he's such a great guy.
I don't want to say perfectionist, but it's almost that. Like, he literally will try everything in his power to give you the best views of the moon or whatever it is that we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't be happy until he does it, which is why we get so excited on these nights where, like, I know if Paul texts me and says it's so clear and the viewing is awesome and excellent, I get excited because I'm like, I'm going to see something I have never seen. Because if he's that excited over it, I know it's something big.
Yep.
Because I'm sitting here gushing over just, looking up craters real close and everything. I'm like, man, this is amazing. He's like, yeah, it's all right.
Well, he, like I said, both of you are wonderful people, and it's going to be great again to see everybody next year. But time is flying. I mean, we're going into October. Before you know it, May will be here again.
I know. Can you believe that? It was all the way back in May. Like, where did time go?
It's for real. It's almost like missing time. But yeah, we're going to go to Nuclear Lake. Then Brian, his wife, does shirts. She prints them up.
I know. I was actually talking to her, or did I talk to her? No, I think I talked. I know I talked to Brian. I think I did talk to his wife then a little bit, and we were kind of just holding off until we actually came up with a certain pattern that we liked.
Well, the reason I say this is we've got to come up with shirts. I'm going to come up with something to have everybody have a shirt so we could all go bowling.
That's right. You were saying about the bowling up there.
Yeah, I want us all to go out one night and go bowling. And this time, Bill is not going to be the designated driver. That's all I'm saying.
Uber. No, we'll get Ubers from Newburgh. Imagine that.
Oh man! But I think it's going to be again a lot of fun, and we'll take it as is. And I'm going to do my best to make Pine Bush a lot better. No parade. I'm working on something else. There's not going to be no parade this year. Well, next year. Mm-hmm. I want to do a fireworks display.
That'd be cool.
That's to keep the people there.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everybody bails out once it gets dark. Well, if you
tell
keep
me
the
about it. It was
fireworks,
like 3 o'clock, and people like the streets were all cleaning up and everything already. I'm like, holy, that didn't last very long.
yeah,
I mean, granted, we were
know.
up at the conference area, but
I don't know if the town would do it. I got to see because the fire department has to be involved, the police, everything else. So I don't know. But I'm trying to do my best to make this a better event. And like I said, KGRI is going to be there, so they're going to have the trailer, they're going to have tables, they're going to be broadcasting.
Well, put it this way, I have 100% confidence that you will succeed.
Oh, you know me. I won't give up until it's the best.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm afraid of. The last thing we need is Bill's in the hospital because of a heart attack or something because he's overworking himself or,
Oh man!
So you need to learn when to tone it down and just relax if you need to, and don't get totally over, don't overdo it.
But you know me, I never stop.
I know, that's what scares me.
And you got to get
once again, you're going to have a lot of people there that are there for the event that are just going to be like, well, we don't have nothing to do, so we're just going to help Bill anyway. And you'll be able to just point around what needs to be done. And I'm pretty sure with the amount of people that are wanting to attend, I'm pretty sure you'll have plenty of help. That's why I want that week.
Lorraine to come and Amanda. Hopefully she'll come, and Lorraine and her husband will pick her up in Nova Scotia. So I want to see everybody come. Plus the people that we're here. Now I don't know about Heidi because Heidi's going through a little difficulty right now financially, but maybe we can get some more people to come and hang out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if it's far enough away and people can start that's my bet for you actually talking to the hotel owner a little earlier. Mm-hmm. Just because if we do have people say like Daryl or like Astronomy Live out in Denver that they can book that far in advance, especially since they're coming so far away, you want to.
I'll do that this next week. I'll do it. I'll go down there and I'll talk to them.
Yeah, and then once we find out that it's a definite, good for go, then we can put that word out there, and then the people that do want to come from far away, they have time to, save money or whatever they want to do, if they want to come, and they can book everything up and don't have to worry about last-minute plane ticket prices and, all that. And if we have to have race stop in a couple states to pick people up and throw them in the trailer, I guess that's what we have to do.
Well, you know what? I may have to buy one of those ultraviolet lights.
Yeah.
And inspect the room and check the beds.
Oh boy, I'm coming wrapped in plastic.
You got to do it. I mean, you always got to worry about that kind of thing. Yeah. Bed bugs and infestation. But the great thing is, if it is passable and if they can give us a deal, it's literally a 2-minute, not even. Well, we'll give it 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute walk from my house down the woods.
This is what I'll do. You leave me that little side driveway part, and I'll back a 30-foot camper in there. I can sleep 12 easy.
I was actually pricing those because I'm plotting. I'm already plotting for a cross country. Yeah. Not next year, maybe the year after. Mm. It's, I'd say, $2,000 for a week. And then if you go over a certain amount of mileage, you pay. For every additional mile.
Right.
So I think it was 400 or 500 miles. So I am plotting. I really am plotting. If we get a bunch of us together, that's chump change.
Right.
If a few of us go, because depending on the capacity, I think it was 6 people. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's even if it's 600 each because of gas and other expenses to go across the country. For $600? Are you kidding me?
Daryl's talking about the hotel room. He said bed bugs and pecker tracks. That's the first. Yeah, Daryl. That's the first thing you look for. You don't want to go into a hotel room and see snail trails everywhere. All right,
you just have to do that. You know what? It's almost like my reputation. Oh, Bill, you brought us to a dump. Thanks. I traveled 3,000 miles to get to your house to sleep in a dump. Oh, man. So, yeah, we'll make sure that it's adequate.
Let's just say it's okay to bring your own blankets and pillows if you want.
If you guys would have seen what it was like here, it was great. It was funny as all heck because there were bodies everywhere.
I know. It looked like Gettysburg the day after.
It was great, though. See, it was warm enough. Remember, it was hot. All the weeks we had that hot spell, it was like 90 degrees. Humidity. All summer, it's been below normal temperature-wise, pretty much. And the 1 week that it's hot is this week in September and the week in May of Pine Bush, with a couple of hot days in between. That's how our summer's been. And has it been like that with you? Have you had a lot of above 90 degree days there this summer?
We've had a few, but it's not. Yeah, it was definitely on the cooler side for summer.
Yeah, yes, no doubt. And it was in August. There was a lot of rain in August.
Yeah,
it was like raining every other day.
Yeah, we were over rainfall amounts. We were plus like 2 or 3 inches there for a while. I think we're pretty much back to normal now because it hasn't rained in a while. But
in a week, and it's not going to rain for another week. That's what I've been looking at the long range.
Oh, and did I tell you that Paul decided to add a new arsenal or a new tool to the arsenal? He decided to add a 12-inch scope.
You told me about that.
He went with a Meade that he got, 3800 focal. So that thing's getting broken out this week. Now I was looking at the forecast for this weekend. It does not look good. But hopefully one of these nights during this moon cycle, where we got the moon right around its zenith, from where we are, we'll be able to bust that thing out and really get to work. We're hoping.
So is he using the new camera now?
I believe this is the new camera with the new optics chip in it. Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
But wait till you see it on the 10-inch scope. I mean, the craters are really popping, and
but it always looked good though, Keith.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, for people that are coming here for the first time, they see this as eye-popping. But for those that have been here for a while and have been checking the channel, it's always been high quality. Always. I always say, even on the air, you have P&K and Amanda and some of the others that go to KGRA will know that I do say this. There is no doubt that P&K is...
Paul actually texted me one time and was like, "Hey, I just heard Bill mention this on KGRA." I'm like, "Yeah, he always does, man."
I do. And the thing is, I would really love to get you guys on a show, even if it means a pre-record for an hour with the host that it's on from 7 to 8. We can do a pre-record, and you guys can talk about how you got involved in astronomy and doing this, and your technical aspect of it, what it involves, and Paul's involvement with the telescopes and his involvement there, and some of the things you guys captured. Anything unusual? What were they? We will stay away from the FE topic. You know what that stands for.
Oh, speaking of the FE topic, there will be. It's actually just about almost done. So anybody that actually is subscribed to the channel, you're gonna have a fun little video coming out. I'm gonna say probably by Sunday. So be ready to laugh. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I've been working on it for a while, doing it, in between doing other stuff, but it's finally just about ready. I just got to put the finishing touches on it, and I should post it probably by Sunday.
Cool. So, any interesting astronomical events coming up?
Not really.
Any
when you think about it.
No alignments.
Well, you got an alignment tonight. You got Saturn and the moon, of course, lining up, on diagonal. But no, when it comes to stellar bodies or anything lining up or any weird kind of thing, not really. I mean, you get into that part of the year where, Venus is, quote unquote, the morning star, so it's out early in the morning. That's what that big bright light in the sky, in the eastern sky, is in the morning for anybody that doesn't know. Venus is bright and proud. You got Uranus coming up in the east sky at nighttime. Mm-hmm. And we did have a guy come in last night trying to figure out what something was, and we weren't able to give him a definite answer. But he was having some kind of bright object in the eastern sky at dusk. And I was looking around, and the only thing that I could see, of course, was Uranus, and Denab was there. But that's about it. So I'm not sure what that guy was seeing. We were hoping he could get us some pictures. But
Keith, you know how I didn't mean to change the subject, but
no, go ahead.
I've had some very, very strange things happen in this house the last 2 nights. I'm telling you, absolutely creepy. Not in a negative action way of what's going on, but just creepy because.
Now these are waking moments?
No.
Oh, okay.
About 2:30 in the morning, 2 nights ago. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I just finished doing stuff for the station. And I'm laying there, and I had the bathroom light on because I'm hearing noises. I had an empty soda bottle, which is like right next to where I'm sitting, and it's making noises. Like it's popping. Like if somebody's holding it and letting it go. And I'm like, is that a mouse? I mean, I'm trying to come up with what the heck could that be? So I put the bathroom light on because it was pitch black, which is rare for me. And it's still doing it. And I don't know why it's making the noise. Okay. I call mom. Mom, go sleep on the couch. I'm on the one couch. I say, go, you got to sit here and you got to tell me what the heck is going on in this room right now. Because on the white little table I have here, I saw a shadow about an inch high and it receded to nothing. It was odd. It was bizarre. So here's the crazy part. About 4 o'clock that morning, mom said, I'm getting out of here because she couldn't deal with the air conditioner. About 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping. And I hear my phone. I'm shutting the air off. I hear my phone playing music. I think it's my ringtone because I'm just waking up. It's not my ringtone. My phone actually played music by itself. As if somebody touched the button and started to play my playlist on my player on my phone. Now, I don't know if that's a glitch. It's never happened before in my life with this phone. I've owned it for over 2 years. It's the Samsung Edge, 6 Edge.
You need to set up a night vision camera and just stream that at some point. I mean, like on an old laptop or something. Just set it up and let it stream on your channel and just let people look for stuff.
Oh my God! It creeped me out. It scared me. Why is it's playing music off my playlist that I listen to in the car outside? I plug it in, and it just started to play by itself. It was a heavy metal song. I don't remember what song it was. I was just freaky. I couldn't even put. I think it was Iron Maiden because I thought it was my ringtone. So then today, I'm in the kitchen with mom, and I'm cooking dinner, and I see a shadowy blob on the floor, and I'm getting the chills in the kitchen, and then I see another shadow behind by the lighthouse, and I'm like, what's going on? It's happening a lot the last couple of days. I'm seeing now. I don't know if is something wrong with my eyes, because that's also there is a symptom on the corner of your eye thing when you start seeing shadows. There is, I forget what it's diagnosed as, but there is something out there that it can be. So I'm trying to reach all logical conclusions. Either that or I'm absolutely hallucinating and I'm seeing things and I don't know what the heck, how to explain it. But there's been some weird activity again in the house. That's all I'll say. And then the other night, I go outside, my light goes on. 2 baby raccoons are climbing along the railings of my pool, and they're reaching in the pool for water. Now, I don't want them to drink chlorine water. So I'm trying to chase them. And then I said to myself, that was the worst thing you could have done, because now they're frantic trying to get out of the pool, of the railing, because I have that fence above the pool, and they're grabbing. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, he's going to grab the liner inside and rip it with his claws.
Right.
So now I'm in panic mode. So 10 minutes later, I hear scratching on the front door. The raccoon's out there chilling out, looking at me. And I filmed it. I got it on camera. I'm going to upload it on YouTube eventually. But the 2 babies just hanging out. So I did the worst thing. I gave them a little food, which you should never do because you don't want them to be attracted to your house. Right. But they were so calm. I didn't go outside because, I don't want to tempt fate and, get rabies or attacked or anything. But it was so cute to see the 2 raccoons hanging out right there. Like, they wouldn't shoo. I opened the door. They wouldn't barely move. They were just chilling. Then I went to my neighbor today, and she said, Bill, I had 2 raccoons here at my door 2 nights ago. I said, really? Well, I did too. And they did the same thing over there. They were just chilling out, sitting back and, like, hanging out. It was...
It reminds me of me and Ma running around the driveway chasing after some bobcat. And I guess it wasn't even a bobcat after that, though. But it was, it had a weird look to it. Whatever that thing was.
But I tell you,
and the funny part is your mom was like, hey, go over there, and take a picture of it. I'm like, I ain't going near that thing.
Oh, yeah, the bobcatty thing.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but I know it wasn't no damn house cat.
No, it was. I've looked it up. It was Scottish fold, I think is the name. I may be misinterpreting that type of species, but I think it was Scottish fold, and maybe something else.
Yeah,
But
I can only imagine what your neighbors were thinking with me and Ma sneaking up and around the driveway and around the bushes and trying to catch a picture of this cat.
Yeah, you guys had movie night when we were up in Pine Bush.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell anybody that's coming up to Bill's house, by the time you leave there, his ma will be your ma.
Oh, she's awesome like that way. She really is. She's fun. She's except when you get on her bad side, she's not fun no more. But yeah, I mean, we had we had a great time. Now I'm just looking at my speaker. My speaker panel is off, and I don't know how that happened. So I guess that could have been me playing the music too loud, but that never happened in all the years. The panel's hanging. So yeah, we had a good time, and I'm really looking forward to meeting new people because the usuals are coming. The usuals are coming back. Mm-hmm. So, but to see some new faces like Lorraine, Amanda, and maybe some others coming down. So it'll be cool.
Ooh, object 93208 is probably a bird though. I just seen it go by real quick.
930. What was it?
93207 or 08. You'll see across the top. And actually, let me put the zone reminders up here for you, for anybody. So if I do, once we're done here and we go non-talky Moonstream eventually, you never know.
Yeah, we will because I got to go back to work. So no, I got to go back to editing.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the pictures in Skype?
I did. Yep.
You see, that's my bumper stickers.
Nice.
Because, and I only ordered 10 of each, only because I got to make sure they look good. I ain't going to order 50 of them and they look like crap. But because I'm getting specialized license plates now.
I see.
Relating to Skywatch.
Cool.
So I want to make the whole back KGRA, and Race is sending me bumper stickers, and it'll be self-promoting. YouTube and the radio station.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And I'm telling you, the whole crew's going to be here. And now we got Race coming, and he is a character. Oh man,
he sounds like a character.
Oh, he's a character. And if I don't know, Dolan, I'm trying to get Richard Dolan. He's willing to do it, but I've got to discuss budgets.
Mm. Were you it was what's her name from down here in PA gonna try to go up there again? What's her name from
Jennifer?
Yeah, was it Stein? Yeah, okay.
I can ask her, but right now the way it's looking, I think I have everybody I need. Richard Dolan is most likely he will do it if I can come to terms for the budget aspect. But you got to remember, I look at it this way. Mark D'Antonio, he's staying here. I'm saving the town his accommodation. Mm-hmm. And say another person comes and stays here, like a Peter Robbins. Could stay here. The thing is...
Was Travis still a go?
No. Again, it was about budget.
Mm. Okay.
You know? You got to remember, these people, they want their plane fares paid for, their speaker fees, accommodations. It all adds up. And depending on the person you're talking about, a higher profile, higher end individual is going to want more.
Well, let me ask you this. Who was doing the T-shirt sales and everything in the street?
Those are the vendors.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, shouldn't they have to kick in something to be able?
No, I just think that they pay their own little fee to be putting their boots there, and that's it. I don't think they give kickback. I don't know. I don't know that part. That's not, you know what I mean? My
more
concern,
like borough thing or whatever it is.
Yeah. My concern is now that last year was a debacle when that individual put that little projector screen. I was shocked. My projector, I opened it up. Thing is monstrous. And they're gonna this time we're gonna get the school to make sure that they send the code, because I'd rather not use mine. They have the school there. Get it from the school. Get the PA from the school. We've got a film crew from Albany that's willing to do the video part. So
Let me ask you this. I know that you had talked about it before, but I'm not sure what direction you went with this. Were you planning on a couple nights of speakers?
No, it's just going to be the one night.
It's just going to be the day of Pine Bush. Yeah, right. The Saturday.
I wish we can expand it and make it more, but I'm not pushing the town. I would love to do it a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I didn't know like if you were able to do like speakers just at a place Friday night. You know what I mean? Like 2 speakers or whatever, 2 or 3 speakers.
I tried that last year.
Yeah.
But see, let's just say, for example, if Lee Spiegel comes and he's working on 701, the James Fox movie, and it happens to be released, they could debut it in Pine Bush on a Friday night in the auditorium in the school.
Right.
And Lee can do a panel thing afterwards. And with everybody else that's there, Mark D'Antonio, Peter Robbins, whoever's there. Because like I said, I've got if Lee Spiegel is really well known in the field. He did the Huffington Post articles on ufology for years. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's in the know. And he's from New York. So see, that's another thing, Keith. I wanted to keep as the funding aspect. If I can spend less money, and I say it's like my money, but it's not. If we can spend less money for the town to bring people in that are local. So Mark's from Connecticut. Rosemary Guiley's from Connecticut. The MUFON state director, obviously, from the state is from New York. Who else? Whoever else. Richard Dolan. Peter Robbins. These are all people in the area.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about airfare, planes, $400 or $500.
Yeah, well, that comes in handy when when most of the people live, say, in New York or Boston, or they're even like a day's drive, 4 or 5 hour drive.
Exactly,
it's a lot better than flying them in from California or Oregon or
Arizona. I even volunteered, which I'm probably going to take you with me, and Eric, and maybe Paul, but I'll drive. I may have to drive to Ithaca, New York, to pick up Peter Robbins if he can't get down here. That's a good 5-hour trip.
Right.
So,
well, if you're able to get the hotel, I plan on adding a couple days to it. We did that way. I'm not, we're not in such a rush to go around, and hopefully Paul can do that as well.
But you could stay here.
Well, I mean, either way, don't matter.
We're gonna figure it out. I mean, obviously, I always say that the females, obviously, say Lorraine and her husband is gonna get a room. Mark's gonna get his room. And I don't know if anybody else of the speakers are gonna be here. And remember, the speaker's only here for one night.
Right.
Then the house is all ours again.
Party time.
And not for nothing, it was warm enough that if you did bring that giant tent where we had the table set up, I don't know if I'm going to do the campfire again, because I thought that was pretty much moot. It wasn't needed, really.
Right.
Because it wasn't that buggy anyway.
Just lots of citronella.
Yeah, we just get a lot of the candles, and I got plenty of those. So maybe we put up a big tent out there, and we get sleeping bags, and we all. I mean, the guys. I don't think the guys would mind. I think that they'd love it if, like, say, Mike C, my buddy from high school, Mike, you, me, Eric. Now, Eric, I don't know, because he's a big boy. He might need the bed because it might be hard for him to be on the floor. But you're on grass. And you're on a sleeping bag. And forget about sleeping bags. I got all those air mattresses I bought. What did I buy? 8 of them? 9 of them?
Next thing you know, some people will be out there boxing raccoons.
And what we do is we spray in the perimeter. I'll spray the whole property with that tick, flea spray for yards. Make sure a couple of days before I spray the heck out of the entire grassy area into the wood line to prevent from any bugs. And we do our thing.
Yeah.
And
well, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't mind paying for the hotel down the road. If it's there and available, I mean, why not? It's just less burden on. I mean, it's not. We're literally right over the hill.
And that's another thing too, though, because you could just walk right down.
Yep. So
I got to find out. I've got to definitely do that. I've got to do my research and see.
Granted, it'll be a wobbly walk with a Finlandia, but I think I can manage.
Yeah, that was. I gotta say it. I don't drink. I haven't really drank since. Right. I don't drink no more. I don't have time. I have to be sharp when I'm doing the station. I can't be hazed. It's like you don't know. Well, you might know. Producing is not just doing a show. It's editing. It's getting the hosts, the guests, the information for the chat room to post.
And you're more of a producer than anything, then.
Oh, I am. But I still co-host, on a couple of shows.
Right.
But that's not my focus. My focus is doing the best I can as a producer to make the sound quality the best possible, to provide the information about the guest in the chat room to keep it interactive. And I got to say, and there's people that know this, that go to the chat room. Any question, I take that question to give it to the host. The host will ask it. I keep it very interactive. So that's what good. Yeah. That's what you want. You want that. By the way, I'm looking at hotels in my area. Mm. The Days Inn is $99 a night. The Hampton Inn is $159. These are the big ones. These are the big boys, not the local one down the road from me. But I'm just saying, we
want the hotel that has the hourly rate, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
$23
in the little town that if you drove by, you'd never know it was there.
Yeah, if you blink, you missed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me put it this way: it's looking, from what Paul is telling me right now, it's looking like these clouds are just forming literally right on top of them. Once it clears out, it's just going to form. He said, it's almost worth quitting while we're ahead. We tried it out. It's just not. He said he doesn't see it really going to be clearing if it continues like this.
Well, I know you guys. You're going to do your music or whatever soon, anyway, and then I'm sure you're going to come to a decision.
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, you'll see the moon. It'll be peeking back out here in a second. It's just all about. They keep forming right above him. And that's what we were waiting for. We were waiting for that line. And before, it looked, say, from 5 to 6 o'clock, it looked like that line was moving pretty quick. All of a sudden, it just stalled. And these clouds keep forming like right above his head.
Well, how does the radar look for Miami where he's at right now?
It doesn't look half bad. That's the thing. It's almost like these clouds are so thin, they're not really showing up because they're forming so quick above him that the radar's not registering it until the clouds that we're seeing now go off the coast. And all of a sudden, you'll see the radar plume it up, Mm-hmm. So they're actually they're literally forming right above them, Beautiful moon, nonetheless, but...
I saw it while it was up there. And the thing is, with the equipment now, and you say he's going to break out the new one?
Yeah, well, there's two new ones. There's the 12-inch, and then he got an 8-inch HD Edge as well that we're going to attempt to get out. But we want to bring out the 12-inch, of course, when the moon is around its zenith and when we have calm skies. We don't want to bring it out on a night where it's real humid and everything's wobbly, because we really want to see what this thing can do.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we're waiting for, that optimal time to bust it, because from what Paul is saying, that thing is not light.
I can only imagine. But he is so dedicated. And like you said, he's kind of a perfectionist. He wants to make sure everything is just right.
Yep.
And that's what you want. You want somebody that's going to be committed like that on that end. And you, of course, too. You do a tremendous job on your end doing the technical aspect of it all. So it's a team effort. Oh, absolutely. And it comes together. And not only that, when you guys were here, it was instant chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
You never really met him, right? Not
in person, no, not until we met here to head up your way.
Exactly. And that's another thing. Everybody clicked.
Yep. Because we're all there for the same purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we had a lot. It wasn't just that, though. We had a lot in common. And nobody, we would, at times we were drinking and nobody acted out of place, or it was just everybody having.
Except for Heidi throwing potatoes at us, but.
Yeah, that was.
They were good, though. They were good.
Yeah, they were good. What was it? The garlic mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Lorraine
she handed me this thing, and it just looked absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, what am I doing?
I know, I never had that.
And she's like, come here, love, let's try this, love, all about. And I'm like, oh boy. I was like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to throw up or something. It's going to be really, And I tasted it, and I was like, that is probably the best potato I've ever had.
That's so funny because it's so true.
I know. It was like they were really good.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely do my homework in the upcoming days because I've got to go down there in person because it looks like this place doesn't even have a website.
It doesn't have a phone.
It's like
Little
the
do we
Bates
know they
Hotel.
don't even have beds. You got to bring your own bed.
It's the Bates Hotel.
Oh my Lord, we're all gonna die.
I could just imagine. You know what? You know, I'm gonna be up to no good and stuff.
Yeah, but what if we find out that that's where all your ghostly problems are coming from? Is that hotel down the hill?
Imagine something. You get ambushed by ghosts.
No, Race is gonna come out and see me sleeping in his trailer. I'll be in the KGRA trailer.
See, I told him he's got to go to the hotel. I can't fit that trailer here in my house.
That trailer
There's no way.
is badass.
No way, isn't it?
Did
you see the video? They have a video on the KGRA YouTube.
Do they?
It looks from the a conference they did a couple of weeks ago. Wow. It is mean looking.
Oh, by the way, one thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap up.
Okay.
Have you heard from Mr. Shock at all?
No, I was going to ask you the same thing.
I know think he popped on a little while ago. I'm just saying that he didn't have the internet.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Because I know his medical stuff was, getting the best of him. Not, physically, but more monetarily.
I'm just glad that he's still with us.
Yeah, he's important.
That was he went through a really rough stretch there.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's doing better now. I mean, I haven't heard anything. I don't really know who to send a message to check on him. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I don't know who is a really close friend of his that to be able to contact and able to, just say, hey, is he all right? How's he doing? Blah, blah, blah.
I know Amanda. Amanda was at one time, or still is, pretty close to Dave, and because she used to keep me abreast about anything that was going on. Mm-hmm. Maybe through Facebook, I can hit him up, or you can, and we could try to get in communication because he's a great guy, and I like to know an update what's going on with the work with the CubeSat.
Yeah, I know, because there was a little tension there for a little bit with the whole Gaia platform, but or something like that was going on. I don't really know the details. I won't go into it, but and then I know he was going through the stuff, with the hospital, and then it just kind of like he disappeared, and I'm like, oh boy.
I got a question for you.
I didn't do it. I was young. I needed the money.
Any news on the Webb telescope when they're projected to have it launch? Do you know anything
specific? They keep moving the date on us.
Yeah,
but I don't blame them, because once again, that thing has to be perfect.
Absolutely.
They only got one shot, and every single aspect of that launch to orbit to sending out to, they're parking the thing out, way out there. I mean, everything, all the math has to be 100% right. There's no second tries on it. Yep. So if they need to keep postponing it to make sure everything's right and make sure everything's stable. I mean, imagine you get this giant telescope up there and you send it out and you park it where you're going to park it, and then one of the flaps don't open. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That would be like crushing.
Or the mirrors are misaligned.
Yeah. So I'd say, I mean, as far as I know, it's scheduled for next year. It was in the spring. I believe now it's the fall. But that's the last I heard.
Remember when they had to go up to the Hubble and fix it up, so to speak?
Yeah.
It's because it was all, the mirrors weren't lined up, and
you won't be able to do that with the James Webb. Where they're well, Daryl could tell us. I mean, they're parking that thing somewhere, I think, beyond Saturn, or is it beyond Jupiter? Maybe. That's where they're parking that thing at. So, if something goes wrong, too bad. It's just out there floating around.
Amanda said that she hasn't heard anything yet about poor health. Hasn't said anything about poor health. She's trying to contact them as often as possible, and Facebook would probably be the preferable place to reach him. Okay. Because of this, I guess that's when he goes to, like, say, the public library to get access to the internet, I guess.
Yeah, I did see that one post that he made a couple weeks ago where he was just updated everybody, but he didn't really give an update on his health or how he was feeling. It was just, hey, I don't have internet right now, and that was it.
Yeah, but so it looks like the weather is not cooperating tonight.
No, the weather's not cooperating. We're probably just going to shut it down for the night. But at least we got to have a nice conversation and had some friends in chat while we did it.
Yes, and it's great to see all the familiar faces and new faces, and I'm sure that you guys will be giving it another shot tomorrow. But you said the weather may not cooperate the next couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Well, the weekend's not looking too good, but hopefully we might get a good one in tomorrow night from what the pattern's looking like. I'm hoping. So if we do, that means that puts the moon up at zenith when we go to start from 7 to 7:30. And if that's the case, and if it happens to be really clear, then I'm pretty sure Paul will bust out the 12. But until then,
that's going to be awesome.
We're just going to hold it until we get the perfect weather to do it, I'm guessing. So,
when do you think he would break out that one? Because I took off Saturday from the station because they're going to do that interview with me and Al Saturday here, and I'm making all these college kids dinner, and you know how I roll.
Right.
And we're going to make a day and an evening out of it. So if you stream Saturday night, you can send me a message. Let me know.
I definitely will. And once again, the weekend's not looking. They're talking about some kind of tropical storm forming down there.
Oh,
so
God.
That's the clouds that we would be dealing with. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. Hopefully, it's a beautiful, clear night. But I'm not going to hold my breath at this point. But as I said, tomorrow night, it's looking all right when it comes to forecasting. But once again, it's just like Paul said, weather can change every 5 minutes down there. You never know. And he has said, many a times, if he can see the moon, he'll stream it.
And the good thing is, though, as the fall, well, not as it approaches because it's still 90 degrees here, but now that fall is here and we get to the colder months, better visibility, there's going to be a lot of streaming between Mark, you, and I.
Yeah.
Oh, is there going to be a lot of streaming?
Well, there was a lot last year, too. We just weren't as organized last year.
And that's another thing. I'm going to work more on the website when I get time after I
me too.
redo all these files for the KGRA archives. Oh, my God. I still got... You don't know. I've done like 1,000 shows.
I can imagine. And I hate to say this, and I say this with all due respect, but better you than me.
I agree with you. I still got to do one more show archives, the whole catalog, and I'm almost done with the second to last one now, and I've done all the others.
Sweet.
So, yeah, because some of you know how it goes. Some people produce, and the audio quality isn't where it should be, and you got to fix it, and each file could take 20 to 30 minutes just to fix it up. So that's a lot of files to do, and that's a lot of time for each file. So
and you're almost done.
And I'm almost done. So that's where Bill's been. He's been AWOL because I've been so busy. But it's paying off, so to speak.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to wrap up on that note. Bill, if you can post your link to your channel in the chat down there for anybody that doesn't have it. If you guys want to see the meteor shower coming up in October, definitely subscribe over to Bill New York Skywatcher's channel. So you can
just search for Bill NY Skywatcher.
I'm pretty sure Amanda or one of the people will be on it.
Yeah, Amanda will do it because I got those. I'm editing files in the back.
I can imagine. I got like 16 windows open right now.
But like I said, you could always go, and Keith hangs out with us whenever he's not streaming and he's not busy. But we all do this together for each other, and we're all good friends, and we all have that familia in chat. All the great people that participate, and Mark's, Keith's, they bleed over to me, and vice versa, and it's just awesome because I think, without a doubt, first of all, they're getting the premier stream right here with the best people, the best host, the best visual, technical aspect. You're getting it all right here. You don't need to go anywhere else. You can stay right here. If you're looking for the moon and the planets and some of the other celestial bodies, here's the place to be.
And this is why I call Bill my slap chop guy.
And Mark, what can we say about Mark? It's unbelievable what he does with his background in astronomy and the work he does. It's unbelievable. It's a learning every day, and it's not just like you're learning one thing. You're gonna learn so much in one night. It's like, if I was somebody watching Mark's channel, in all seriousness, I would download all his videos so I can Watch them and learn.
Yeah.
You could get a degree in astronomy watching Mark's channel.
You can watch Mark's channel for a year and then go into a college and pretty much know more than the teacher.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
It really is. And then me, of course, I just look at the meteors and the sky. And I started this because of UFOs, but it's not just about UFOs. It's about everything else that goes on in our skies above us. But it's a lot of fun. And what makes it fun is right there in my screen who I'm looking at. All those people, they make it all worthwhile because they're all great people. And that's what I was going to say. The chat is got to be the best, if not one of the best, group of people you could have. Because if you go to any other place and you see what all that runs up and down, you see all these people putting all kinds of crazy stuff and vulgarity and offensive remarks. We don't have that here, generally speaking. It's just a bunch of people looking for the same thing. They're looking for knowledge, an educational experience, the visual aspect of seeing something they may have never seen in their lives. I mean, can you
aliens?
Wow. Can you imagine, though, as kids, if looking up at the moon before the internet, and I don't want to give the age away, but can you imagine having something like this and seeing the moon like this? It's amazing. It's a dream to see this like this. You're getting a view of the moon like none before.
Well, not right now, but I mean, normally.
No, not right now. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can, because you can watch this on TV. I got this on my Verizon channel 941. Believe it or not, I've told you this in the past because I can't go into the chat when I'm watching on my TV. I got my 60-inch screen TV in my bedroom, and I'm just laying back, and I'm watching your channel in full screen on the YouTube channel on my Verizon.
That's the same thing I do with your meteor showers and Mark's streams.
You know what I mean? It's so awesome. And you can actually, because we're techie guys, you can actually output this into a projector and put it outside on a big screen.
Yep. Science was doing that for a while. Science Camilla as a moderator here. You might see
That's right. He was doing it on the wall.
He was actually projecting it out of his window of his place onto a big wall across the street, and people were stopping and watching it.
Can you imagine doing that of the moon on a building? That's got to be awesome looking.
Well, that said, coming up to Pine Bush is a giant projector.
Yeah, now we have that. That's right. No. That's right. It's good. And I tested it. It looks awesome. Sweet. It's nice, sharp image. I couldn't believe it because I tested it when the kids came here. The interview was supposed to happen last Thursday, but their equipment was faulty. Now they're coming Saturday at 12 o'clock. That's why they're coming back. But they were here for the night, and I put the projector on, and it looked really good. So we're gonna have, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Anyway, listen. Tell Paul, if you're listening, we send our love. And we can't wait to see you again next year. You better come, and we're looking forward to that. And if you have anything that you'd like me to cook personally beforehand, let Keith know so that I know and that I'll have it done.
I think I'm eventually just gonna put you in contact with Paul. That way, you guys can get a hold of him if you need him.
Yeah, I need his phone number. Yeah. Another thing too is, you know what you could do when you come up? I want that famous Keith chili. I'm dead serious.
You want to have a farting contest, do you?
No, because you say you make that chili and you say you make it really good.
Of course. Absolutely.
I mean, we could. It
will be made.
Hot dog.
Thy will be done.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Listen, go.
Yeah.
And everybody have a great night, and let me know if you're going to stream anytime soon.
Yep, I'll choose you a heads up.
Yeah, just give me a heads up. And Paul, have a great night, everybody that's watching on YouTube, and those that are in the chat room, of course. Be blessed, be well, be safe.
All right, Bill. Thank you, sir, for joining me tonight. Everybody, looks like we didn't get the moon in very much tonight, did we? But at least we had a good chat with Bill. I think we're just going to end it here. See what we can do. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed for tomorrow night. I'm hoping that we're actually going to get something in. even if it's maybe just a wide field tomorrow night, I'm not sure. It's all going to depend. It'll all depend on that text I get from Paul around 5 p.m. Telling me what the sky's looking like down there. So hopefully we can do that, and we'll be back tomorrow night. I might let this stream go for another couple minutes yet after I get off of here, just so you guys have something to end to and say your goodbyes and chat to everybody, which seems to be an ongoing thing now too. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Bill, once again. And don't forget Bill New York Skywatcher's channel for the Meteor Shower and the Sky Tour live stream with Mark D'Antonio if you want to learn pretty much everything. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.